I wake up these days feeling like there is nothing to hope for. I lie in bed, and it occurs to me that every headline begins with more suffering. A new conflict somewhere, lives shattered in the blink of an instant while millions more scroll past. It like it is just another story. I see videos of children in war zones huddled beneath rubble, their tears seeping into the dust. And I think to myself that humanity is complicit by watching. We click and scroll and look away. We say we want peace, but we live in systems that profit from destruction. We arm the killers and then tweet shock about casualties. Then we vote politicians who promise change and never deliver. The war never stops because the money behind it never stops. Sooner or later, we all stop being outraged because outrage costs way too much. Then there is the social discourse I watch decay. It is not a healthy culture of disagreement. It is a screamathon in echo chambers where there is no listening anymore. People argue not to understand, but to dominate. Good intentions turn vicious when someone calls you wrong or stupid or evil. I click into comment threads that read like battlefields, and I wonder how many lives are broken by the hatred spun inside screens. We tweet jokes that punchlines killed centuries before. We brandish labels like weapons, and the moment you cross a line, the internet will eat you alive with tribal fury. And God help you if you try nuance, because nuance is weird. In a world that only sees black and white, then there is the economy. It is built for the few and hell for the rest. Rent is a tether that drags most people down until they can hardly move. Healthcare is a gamble and a privilege. Education costs everything and gives back so little. The debts creep in while paychecks stick. The ads tell you to buy to feel better, but the credit keeps you working for the rest of your life. You climb ladders built by people who want you to stay hungry for more, only to strip you when you reach the top rung. The system expects you to collapse before it relents. The system expects you to be grateful for crumbs. I look now at the climate left behind, the wildfires that scorched the west, the hurricanes that drown the south, the crops that fail, the forest that dies, the air that kills. We have eyes and we ignore. We have minds and we deny. We have children and we promise action tomorrow, even while we let tomorrow burn. Because tomorrow never comes. There is too much at stake for too few, and they all want more. I try to imagine a future, and it feels empty. The moon landing was a high point, and the best we imagined for ourselves was to leave Earth behind. We sent men to the moon, and then decided that streaming cat videos was enough. We lost our sense of wonder and replaced it with binge-watching and payday loans. We let divisions along race lines, gender lines, class lines, nation lines consume us until we stopped seeing any neighbor as human. I do not mean to come across as a nihilist for cheap drama. I mean it. I have no hope left because I see the same patterns repeating through generations. The nationalists promising illusions of greatness, the demagogues massaging fear, the hate that lights the streets, the lives blown away, the hungry who wait, the lonely who ache, the children who try, and I feel like we are stuck in a loop with no exit. Sometimes I trace the outlines of my own life and ask myself what legacy I carry. I have friends paying medical bills they cannot afford. I have seen classmates crushed by college debt before they could leave campus. I have watched someone drink themselves blind because no one saw them. I have witnessed big promises fall flat inside small towns, suffering from collapse. I have loved and lost. I have tried and been disappointed. I have felt what it is like to hold hope in your hands and watch it vanish. And I don't want to go on gathering more disappointments until I break. I tell myself to stay because there may still be small islands of kindness left. I tell myself to stay because maybe someday there will be an uprising, a movement, a moment when people look up and choose differently. I tell myself to stay because I have responsibilities and relationships that matter more than headlines. But sometimes even that feels cheap, like mere distraction from the maelstrom around me, and I cannot ignore the quiet toll it takes. My heart clenches when I see injustice normalized. My chest constricts when I notice how even dreams contain an expiration date now. My sleep frays, my mind drifts, my muscles ache, because hope carries weight, and it is carved deeper now than comfort or optimism ever were. I don't mean hope like optimism, I mean it as it once was, a rare spark of defiance, and that spark is snuffed out more than I ever expected. I do not hold out against reason or logic. I read the papers, I study the patterns, I speak to people who despair without speaking out loud. I do not believe in mythical solutions. I believe in rusted institutions and toxic currencies and burned fields that do not heal overnight. And I still cannot bring myself to lie to say that it will get better. Still, I pay the bills. Still, I care for my people. Still, I try. I write the words. I keep breathing. I hold the line somewhere inside me that refuses to turn to stone. Maybe that is enough. Maybe that is the last flicker of whatever human thing I can salvage. Maybe that is what divides survival from surrender. I don't speak of hope out of conviction anymore. I speak of it out of habit and stubbornness, because there is nothing else left to tap into. The war machines are spinning, the feeds are screaming, the climate is worsening, the economy is consuming every hope. The laughter is brittle, the hearts are guarded, the world is flayed bare. And yet I wake another day. Maybe tomorrow I will wake with that spark still alive, or maybe tomorrow it dies. Like everyone else, I don't know, but tonight I speak it out loud. I say it in the darkness. I don't have hope in this world, but I cannot bring myself to give up cheering for some faint light I cannot see.